Hello.
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 Hi everyone. Ooh, this looks so 3D-ish.
I know. We have Trap Puzzle Rooms with us for, oh my god, we're on episode
40. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to actually start this by doing the raffle first, though, for episode 38 with Enigma Emporium.
Enigma Emporium, yeah. For Puzzle Postcards Series 2.
Yes.
Which is Cycles of Learning.
Cycles of Learning. And also, if you do want to check out their game, they do have a 10% discount that's still available until Sunday, Sunday, February 28th. And the code is MasterMinds.
Yeah.
So make sure to check them out. All right. Is everyone ready?
I'm ready. Here we go.
Okay.
Ready? Let's go.
All right. Let's see.
Go! And it is...
Ooh, it's huge.
Huge!
Finally!
All right. Congratulations, Anuj. Yeah, that's 4 games right there, buddy. You're going to be pretty occupied.
Oh, yeah.
For a
We
while.
won't see him for like months. Okay. And speaking of discounts, Trap Puzzle Rooms has also generally provided us with the discount code exclusively for the show, with 10% off, ETR10, which you can use for an entire week starting from today.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
So enjoy that. And I'm really excited today because we have the whole entire crew here. That's behind the scenes, and we actually never had 3 people on our show before.
No,
so
we have. We did
have.
once.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, one time we did, but this is the second time, and
that everyone's like in the screen now because it keeps feeling like some other people kept disappearing during that one. But I'm glad. So, audience, get ready to party.
I would say we actually have 4 if you look closely.
Well, that's right. I thought there was 5 actually. 5 maybe. The 5th one is running around somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. Also, we do want to mention, please stick around to the end because we're going to give you a sneak peek unboxing of this big raffle that we're doing, the meta puzzle raffle, which is for Epic Escapes. So we're going to give a sneak peek of what you can expect when you get that game. So stick around towards the end of the show.
For sure. Are you ready to introduce?
I am ready. So first up, we have Jamie. Jamie's the co-owner of Trap Puzzle Rooms. He designed Spies vs. Spies, the temp agency, Spoonful of Puzzles, and more. He started Trap Puzzle Rooms with his awesome mother, Karen. I don't see her there anywhere. She
is not joining us today. But
all right. He is a math-loving, ultimate frisbee playing, puzzle designing dork. In an awesome way, of course. He also grew up on the moon, which makes sense, where he was a space lion tamer, and foolishly has his employees write his bios for him.
This is what you get.
yeah.
Designated.
I question whether this was foolish.
Right. And also, I'm a bit starstruck by introducing our next guest because we've been amazed by his artwork over and over again. He's none other than the awesome Gabe.
Gabe!
Gabe is the artistic director at Trapped. Some of his previous works included Harry Potter Escape Room, Video Game Mayhem, Furlock Holmes, Museum Mystery, and more. Gabe is an artist, writer, board game designer. But the board game is called This House is Haunted. And he left grad school with degrees in technical theater. And just as the escape room industry started growing, discovered this is actually perfect for his skill set.
Yeah, that makes sense. And last but not least, we have the lovely Amy. Amy is the project manager at Trap. She designed Legend of Lindale House, Taco Tuesday, and more. Amy has degrees in theater design and neuropsychology, which blends very well into the creation of escape rooms and puzzle ventures. She previously worked in the tabletop board game industry, so the development of Trap Takeout has been right up her alley, which also makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Everything's just coming together. Everyone, what a bunch of amazing sets of skills and impressive resumes, but we're going to get to our very first question. Are you ready?
Sure.
Ready? Okay, so you know what I think about when I think of Trap Puzzle Rooms? A big fun family, and it's so obvious. Every time you guys contact us to review a game, it's our pleasure, of course. We always end up cracking up after playing any of the games that you designed in a good way. We started our adventure with your audio escape rooms, and obviously you've expanded rapidly into other categories of games, as well as including tabletop games, live avatar online escape rooms, and soon digital games as well. I know you also have your brick and mortar escape rooms and outdoor puzzle hunt adventures. So my main question for you is, do you guys ever sleep? That's number one. And how are you coming up with these concepts so fast? Like, how big is this happy family?
Yeah, well, we have a fantastic team. So you're seeing 3 of us. There's also Mark Larson, who is the mastermind behind the vast majority of the audio rooms. And Karen, my mother, has designed some of the physical rooms that we've had, as well as doing all of the electronics for the rooms. She does the Arduino code and Raspberry Pi and all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
So we have this really great team of people. And then in terms of like all these ideas, it's kind of out of necessity, right? We have a lot of physical entertainment businesses, including us, having to like shut our doors temporarily or reduce our capacity or all that. And it kind of gave us an opportunity to come up with new things, which has been a lot of fun.
All right. I have a really important question. Who designed that Incredible Bullseye Award during your acceptance speech?
I did that myself, all by myself. I know it's hard to believe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He's an artist in heart as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, at heart, but not in talent.
For sure. So I'm assuming like maybe like a 10 plus kind of team size. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So our like design team is really 6-7 people from time to time, and then we have our managers, and we have a bunch of game masters who run all of our experiences as well. So it's a fairly big, overall we have 25 people or so on our part of the Trapped family, as you said.
Yeah.
So you have 2 locations though, right? In your...
Correct.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
They're both in Minnesota, right?
They are. That's
Yeah.
cool. All right. So we're going to focus our conversation today mainly on tabletop games because you've included all the other things you've done. We'll probably talk till tomorrow. So tell us about Retro Rad Pizza Adventure. What was the inspiration behind that game?
The inspiration behind it was sort of the... all the restaurants that were starting to switch over to takeout only, right? It was this, restaurants were closing, they all were doing takeout, the options that were available for takeout were expanding, and I kind of thought it would be cool to have a takeout escape room, was the idea, and then having it themed around something that you actually could take out, like a pizza box, just sort of stuck with me. It's like, I really like this gimmick. I want to give people things in a takeout container. And so that's sort of how that started, at least.
Oh.
I see that in back of Amy's had like as that pizza box right there. So that's what it looks like. Did you guys want to add anything in terms of the artistic side and the puzzle side of that?
I mean, we had been working on sort of different ideas for puzzles we could mail to people. And so it was really Jamie's idea of something that we could, our customers could either come to our physical locations and pick up, or we could mail to people. So this sort of lent itself better for our situation than sending out a bunch of letters or something like that.
Okay. You should put a disclaimer on all of your games, though. Do not play these games on an empty stomach.
I ate so much pizza.
I think we were playing at like 4 a.m. I was like, there's no pizza place open right now. I want a pizza so bad.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, you guys probably use that as inspiration during your game design, right? You're like, no, we need to order pizza pies or else we don't know what to do.
Research. Definitely research. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to type it in the comment section and we can relay those over to them because there's so much that we want to know as well. Our next question for you is, well, we were amazed by how many hours of playtime these little slices of pizzas were giving us, by the way. And when we first opened one and saw the content, Cece was telling me, she was like, there's no way this could last us an hour. Boy, were we wrong. I mean, it started off with an easy puzzle and then it gradually just got harder. Like, we really liked how we're able to utilize everything again for that final meta puzzle. But what is your puzzle creation process? Like, do you start with, let's make a pizza, and then add in the contents and narratives as you go?
I mean, we sort of work differently for different projects because different... for pizzas, the theme is, 90s cartoons, and then pizza's sort of the framework of it. So for that, we really worked sort of off the cartoons, and everybody took a different slice that they sort of like. I was like, I'm doing Power Rangers, obviously, so sort of different sections. But then for pizzas, for tacos, Mark and I designed that, and that we worked a little bit differently since it wasn't coming out of the theme quite as much.
Okay.
So we really like to tie everything back to the theme of whatever we're doing, so that sort of dictates the kind of creative process of it.
Right. Has it ever been like Gabe, were you ever like just designing stuff and showing everyone, say, hey, look, here's some of the stuff I've been doodling, and like, do you guys think we can make something out of this? Like, did it ever work that way?
Not usually. Usually we have a pretty good framework before we get started. Again, the nice thing about the pizza one was like, all right, here's the slice box, here's the location and the show for each, who wants to take, and then you just kind of run with it and present what you have later on. So I got to do DuckTales, right? So I was excited to do that. So it was nice in the fact that you could just go off on your own, puzzle a bit, and come back and present.
That's cool. Did you guys each get to choose the theme that you wanted to do, or was it like already planned out which cartoon was it going to be, and then you picked one?
We planned together in one meeting that we were all in. We planned, okay, these are what the sections are going to be. These are what the TV shows. These are what the locations. This is what the pizza ingredient for that section. And then we just sort of like called dibs on sections.
Yeah.
Sort of based on which, because also when you're doing something that's thematic, you want to really also convey what a big fan of that thing you are. So we wanted everybody to have a section that wasn't like, oh, I've never even watched Batman before, because then the puzzles aren't going to feel as genuine.
Yeah.
So we wanted everyone to have something that they sort of knew about.
I'm really curious to see like how your progress boards are, like your whiteboards, like how you work. Do you each have like a section and then there's like lines across?
I'm picturing like
we had some great whiteboards back when we were actually building physical rooms. Huge things.
Conspiracy boards. Now we're all remote, so everything is on online documents that we can all share.
Google Drive, talking in Discord and stuff.
Yeah. There is that website that you're able to do like a virtual whiteboard.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Because I'm picturing like at your location when you pre-pandemic, you have like this really long conference table, and you're all just sitting there and like a huge whiteboard and just like, all right, what else, and start jotting everything down and
red string.
Creating puzzles on the spot.
Yeah.
So other than fun puzzles and illustrations, you also have an amazing crew of employees who does these like voiceover for the game, and obviously that was the fun factor, I feel like, for this game, especially because during that time that we were playing, I was mainly focused on like, oh my god, wait, are these like actual from the actual cartoon, or they just like did like a story over it? That was like really, really good.
Yeah.
And then there were also puzzles that involved these types, and I know Gabe is a little shy about doing something in publicly, but are any of you want to attempt a voice that was in the game?
So there was 5 of us who did all the voices for pizza. Kyler, who couldn't make it today,
oh my god,
is our like.
My favorite part.
He's the pro.
He does a lot of voices and stuff. My favorite thing while we were recording. So this is my office, and this is where we pack all the pizzas. So while we were doing the voiceovers, COVID was happening, so we were all kind of distanced from each other. So I set up a recording studio, a microphone on a dresser in the other room, and one at a time people would go in there and record their lines. So Kyler was recording the lines for the Batman animated series part, and he was the Joker. So it was a lot of laughing. So I'm here in my office working, and my coworker is in my bedroom by himself, laughing maniacally for several minutes. And that was very strange. But yeah, it's always fun to see the voices that everybody does. And Aaron did some great accents for Magicella Spell. And,
there's some in there that I usually is my go-to.
This one, while playing the game, kept like doing all these imitations, and I was just like, seriously, you're gonna do this for the entire time?
Well, they had some of my favorites. Like my go-tos are usually Forrest Gump, Arnold, Cartman, all the Family Guy. So I was like,
that entire puzzle is just.
Have to shout out Kyler for that. He did every voice for that one. And he also like designed some of the puzzles and build stuff for us. I didn't mention him before, but I absolutely should have. So he's a great part of our team.
Yeah, well, that's why he was nominated for one of the Game Masters of the Year.
Yeah, for sure. And obviously, this is a fun game for anyone to try, for sure. And the uses of the 90s cartoon characters, like I said, it was like genius the way that, used it to tell the story. So then it also brought us feeling like we're kids again.
Yeah, definitely. I was...
Finally, it's a game that's like bring youth to while we're playing. Yeah. And if you wanted to experience this 8 to 10 hours of fun for free, type in, what is the phrase?
Cowabunga, dude! Make sure you type in Cowabunga, dude, and you'll automatically be entered into the raffle for Retro Rad Pizza Adventure.
Yeah. And just to also clarify that this prizes will be limited to U.S. winners only, because they only ship currently domestically, maybe in the future internationally.
Hopefully soon, or maybe a Retro Rad will go digital soon.
Yeah.
Who knows? Okay. Moving on to the question number 5. Now let's switch over and talk about your new game, Taco Tuesday. I'm loving these names, by the way, as it intrigued me even before playing the game. Tell us what this game is all about and what is the creative idea behind this.
Sure. So Taco partly came out of, after we released Pizza, we got a lot of questions like, does this work well to be played remotely? And I was like, not really. It's really intended to be on a tabletop. It's very tactile, but we wanted to hit that market. And I'm a really big fan of asymmetrical communication style games. Like We Were Here, Keep Talking Nobody Explodes, Team 3, stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that idea. So we had this idea so it can be, played in person, or you can ship one package to somebody far away and you have one and you can play it over, Zoom or just a voice call or anything like that. So we wanted all the puzzles to really involve both players. So not like you do a puzzle, then I do a puzzle. And, it's every puzzle is designed in 2 parts to be played together, and really feel like you're doing something together. During the pandemic, we've had lots of, it's like watch parties. We're watching this movie at the same time, but you don't really feel like you're doing something together. And I really wanted that sort of long distance collaboration. So that's where tacos came from.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much just 2 people staring at the same thing, watching the same thing, but you're not communicating or.
Right, because we played it with our friends Michelle and Yassine from Society of Curiosities over Zoom. They're all the way in Hawaii. We'd have never, this would have never happened, right?
Yeah.
It was a tabletop game kind of like that, and it was a lot of fun. And we definitely had a lot of wow moments, but there were a lot of also duh moments. So it's really a rare opportunity that a tabletop game can make this kind of emotion between 2 teams, and we really feel like the game connected us in a way where it couldn't really we were just putting a camera on top of a table or something and kind of showing, hey, I'm playing this with you type of thing, because now you have individually different information from 2 packs, so you kind of forced to communicate this much,
right?
And then for people who for players who usually don't talk too much on Zoom, this is a great chance to kind of practice your speaking, because it was a lot of
your communication.
I was wait, hold on, is that the left or the right?
Your left. No, your left.
Direction wise, you need to make sure that am I describing a circle? Wait, no, it was actually a square. It was a lot of fun doing those types.
And by the way, we were
that escape room friend where they find a prop or something and are I'm not going to share this. I want to just solve this puzzle myself. Mm-hmm. That would not work well with a taco.
No,
not at all.
And by the way, we were the CIA and Society of Curiosities was the FBI. So I think we got assigned CIA, right? We didn't have a choice.
No, you could. When you buy it, you can just choose which one you want to ship it to and which side you want to buy, online.
Cool.
So definitely can do that as well. But I don't really think there is a harder side per se. So both sides seems to be quite equally, in terms of difficulty. I do feel we did get a little luckier in one of the puzzles, because one of the other teams, the trivia information for that part of the puzzle was more relevant to their knowledge. than ours. So we were kind of like, oh, this is perfect because I don't know those information, but then we know the other information, so it worked out great.
Yeah, and then also, like, would there be similar sequels to the Taco Tuesday? Like anything else? Like
yeah, I'm working on with Mark again a new trap takeout. It's a little more similar to pizzas than it is to taco. It's designed tabletop to be played in person, but it's called Spielberger.
Oh my goodness!
Or the Spielberger box set. So
is it all Spielberg related content? Like,
it's based on movies from acclaimed producer and director Steven Spielberger. So the sections are Prehistoric Park, Close Encounters of the E.T., Mandibles, the shark movie, right? So there's 5 different sections.
Wow.
So they all sort of do different things that, are different movies related. And so structurally it'll be more like pizza. Like I said, it'll be designed tabletop, but I definitely in the future want to do more remote play specific type puzzles. So
great.
Yeah.
Are you guys like all trivia like champions or something? Because I feel like a lot of these information is one of those things that for some people it's like you need to Google it. For some people it's just like, no, it's right here. Like all these knowledge that I don't usually use every day, it's here.
Yeah, I think
we do a lot of research in what we create. We don't know it all off the top of our heads.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't want to mess with your team with Trivia Pursuit or anything like that because I feel like you would have every single slice like just down every category.
Sports, yeah.
Hey, I can answer sports questions.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So who's the puzzle maker in all of these games? Like, is there one designer or do many people contribute collectively?
Lots of people contribute. Yeah. For tacos, for Taco Tuesday, it was just Amy and Mark. For Spielbergers, so far it's just Amy and Mark as well. We might get another puzzle or two designed by other people in there, but we have a lot of people who make puzzles on our team, and it ends up being a collaboration in a lot of the different projects we do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know you have mentioned also like whenever you design, it's like never one person. So whoever's available like off that project, or is it more like everyone's definitely gonna kind of have a say in these types
or do you vote like whose idea makes more sense, or what was the best?
It really depends on how there's not like a whoever's available type thing often, but like
because none of them are
who wants to work on this, whose idea is this? Does somebody else have another idea they also want to be working on at the same time as this? Then we maybe split off. Yeah, it's very, very collaborative. Choosing which direction we go is also, we have a lot of meetings to talk about, we could go this route. How about this route? What do you all think? It's not like a very one-sided process,
Right.
I love that though, that you're able to always connect all the puzzles together for like a final ending, and I think that you like really kind of shows that there is a collaborative like element in the puzzle designs.
Yeah.
And since you guys are such a fun bunch, can you tell us if there's any crazy stories like during these creative sessions?
During the design sessions?
Or like just any like when you're coming up with these like fun
ideas. Like during the whole creative process, was there
besides
any
that like laughter constantly from your room?
The only thing I can think of isn't really a design process thing. I was thinking about just interesting. We're such a small company, so we like to have a lot of communication directly with our customers. And I do all the fulfillment for all these things, so I'm the one who actually like mails them out to people. Mm-hmm. And I got an email from a customer saying they were missing a piece from a puzzle, just a little piece of paper. And I was just like, oh no, I'm so careful. I don't know how I could have missed a piece. And they emailed back and were like, no, it wasn't missing. Our baby ate it.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I just sent them a replacement piece.
Oh my goodness.
You need to, another disclaimer would be these are non-edible.
Yeah.
Not edible, but someday.
Keep out of reach of children.
Yeah. Luckily, it was just a piece of paper, so I think the baby was fine, but I definitely wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I feel like also, like, do you have moments where you come up with something like during the middle of the night, like at 3 or 4 in the morning, and you're like, I gotta text this Jamie, like right now.
Yeah.
Like, just get these kind of calls, like, emergency. I have a great idea.
So pizzas, there were 5 of us designing that one. So it was the 3 of us, Kyler, the guy who does all the voices and stuff, and Karen, Jamie's mom. And then tacos was just me and Mark. And Mark and I, we actually worked together at a board game company, and then now we work together here, but he's done all the audio rooms. And so he and I have never actually designed something together, but we designed tacos together. And I was a little worried that I was going to scare him off because I would message him. We were just both really into tacos. I think from our initial meeting about tacos, where I was like, this is my idea, this is what I want it to do, this is what I want to happen. I think we had a full playable prototype a week later, mostly because I was just messaging him 24/7, like, what if a puzzle did this? Hold on, I have a concept. Okay, wait, here's a prototype of it. Test it right now, please, and get back to me. And like, I thought I was gonna scare him off, but he's working with me again on Spielberger, so he can't have had that at the time.
Does your own team play test the games? Like for example, do you say, all right, it's ready, Jamie, play this, let us know what you think? And, okay.
Yeah, these 2 played tacos together.
Yeah,
we
did a full playtest of that. I just did some of the Spielberg puzzles yesterday or the day
Just
before.
yeah. They do the really ugly version, because obviously Gabe can't do the version with art, because I have to send it to add the art to it, so he only gets ugly puzzles.
Yeah. Good thing about having all the game
Do
masters.
this.
Yeah.
Jamie.
But yeah, we've always done that with our company, is having like the team playtest stuff that people come up with. Even for like the physical rooms, we have an initial playtest usually that's on paper, sort of in the style of our audio rooms a little bit. Like you're telling, okay, you're in a room, here's what you see. I drew a little picture, look at this, what do you want to do? And then we play it like a role-playing game a little bit, sort of like the audio rooms. And we've been doing that for years now.
Yeah. I think my favorite audio one, like if we were talking about that for Gabe's like drawing,
I know
is the Christmas one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my favorite. You know why? Because there's like all these things in there that reminds me, like even like in the, what is that bakery shop, I was like, can I just take a cookie? Like, like literally take one, because
Yeah, I was like,
it's like, why? There's like no use for it. I'm like, no, I just want to
just to take one.
take one with me.
Yeah, but be careful which flavor you get.
That's true.
True.
That is true.
Gabe, to be fair, when we were trying to decide which, we knew we were going to give an award for illustration for one of your audio games. It was really hard to decide. I think I was pushing for Pirates Plunder.
That's a good one too.
Because there was so much detail in the artwork, and like for example, when you have like the main central area going to which direction you're going to go, whether to the harbor or whatever, there was just so much there, and I was like, wow. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, that one stood out for us, but the other ones were just equally as great, though. So.
Yeah, but they're also different. That's why I love it.
Yeah, I appreciate you pushing for the pirate one, just because that art style took the most work to put together. Yeah, that's the great thing about the audio rooms is that everyone is a different art style, so I get to try something new. I get to do Dr. Seuss. I get to do something spooky. Yeah, so it's
yeah. Oh, we're waiting for something spook. Well, is there a spooky one?
We have Monster Smash. Spooky is maybe not the right.
Yeah, I want something.
Yeah, make it
horror,
family friendly. It can't be too scary. Yeah.
So what has been the most challenging part about creating these games? Like, I know your bread and butter was escape rooms to start. Like, do you like this transition? Will you continue to create more of these once your physical location starts to reopen?
Well, we're open.
Yeah.
Oh, you're open now.
You're
Good.
open. Okay. So I guess yes.
Yes.
Yes is the answer. But we are opened in a pretty limited capacity, so it's not nearly as busy as it once was. We're hoping to slowly be able to ramp up as things get safer and safer.
But do you like the transition though? Like, do you like this whole stay-at-home?
Like something you didn't do before, I guess,
Yeah.
prior to thinking about, expanding.
It's been really exciting. I like that we've been pushed to try these new things. I think has been a really kind of exciting thing for us. I also am looking forward to really getting more people back into the physical spaces and being able to really think about design in those spaces again, because it's been a long time now since we've been able to do that, and there's some super fun stuff we can do with a room that has walls that you can put people in.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get back to that as well. But it's been a fun experiment kind of for us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like a lot of the tabletop games, I know the creators are always talking about for difficulty will be like, hey, I don't know how many of these should I produce each batch, or like it's hard for me to find something like that tiny little prop that I need, and I don't know like how many I should order, and then it takes months to come from China. I don't know, like what is your like most challenging thing that you experienced during this process?
I mean, my biggest struggle personally, as the person who both designs a lot of the puzzles and has to physically make them and mail them to people, is that I feel like, that there are two wolves. One who's like, more cut up pieces, and the other wolf is like, stop making cut up pieces. It's clear that does all it, but I have to actually, physically load it to cut all the things. So I'm like, what if we just did a puzzle that was just full sheets of paper? And we just so it's kind of finding the balance between things that we can actually produce and fulfill in a timely manner, but also feel very fun and tactile and stuff. So
Right.
I think you're like a few companies that we experienced where you actually like semi pre-fold stuff for us. So I was kind of really appreciative of that. I was like, oh, we don't need to know like if it's inward fold or outward really.
Or we're questioning, do we fold this? Like, well, oh, it's already kind of folded. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and we just
not too much cutting at all, which is like, I think it's a good balance. Just remember you do need tape. So that's one additional thing that you'll need to prepare for the game.
Make sure you have Scotch tape.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, here, take this. Like, remember, and you want to show your product? I mean, it's not really.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot.
It's beautiful.
Because I spent
so
so much
proud.
time on
Oh, good.
Oh, yay!
Beautiful.
Fantastic. Yes.
I'm going to do it really quick because I don't want people studying this. Yeah, but
A really nice job with that. Yeah.
He's really bad at origami, so he's like, look what I made. I'm like,
She was
you
like,
didn't
"You're
really
still-"
make it though.
she was like, "You're still doing that?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm determined to finish this thing."
Yeah, I was like, it's already pre-folded, but sure.
Yeah, but this is going in my collection, so.
Good, the magical rhombic dodecahedron. When I designed that one, I had a prototype on my desk where I had sort of marked the different lines, so then when I was making the files, I didn't lose track of what piece goes where. And my dog stole it and ran away with it, so I had to remake a whole prototype because he thought it was a ball for me to catch.
We hear a lot of pet involvement.
Yeah,
in making
like sabotage
games.
from the
They're
pets.
usually, sabotagey. Not really.
I have 3 dogs and 2 cats, so.
Wow.
Well, in one of them, when you're doing burlap.
We're recording
Oh,
audio.
see, this is a creative moment here that something happened.
Yeah.
And again, we're set up for audio just in Amy's bedroom. And like her jerk cat comes in and just starts munching on cat food, and so we have to pause for like probably half an hour to wait for this cat to finish eating his cat food.
The microphone was just picking up the background like crunch, crunch, crunch. He just would not stop eating. So
But Gabe, that could have been ambiance.
That's true.
Yeah. You need to like put that into the game somehow.
It's Morse code for how many,
Yeah,
chews, nibbles, and.
And I feel like you've covered it like every single, like when we talked about like every single like type of game out there, but is there any other exciting things you can tell us besides your new digital game? But if you want to tell us about your new digital game, that's
And
great
Spielberger, is there anything else?
you should talk about Furlock. That's a new thing for
Yeah,
us.
we have a new digital game thing. Yeah. So we have an avatar experience that we have put together, and we used a website called Telescape, which is fantastic for doing avatar experiences. And then we were like, hey, what if this, but without an actual room and without a game master? So we put together a purely digital experience. There was some back and forth between Jamie early on, trying to figure out, like, all right, do we find a physical space and take 360 photos of it and design something, or do we have something that is kind of illustrated and designed from scratch? And we decided to go the latter route just because I want to make apart, and it's fun. And Mark had this really cute idea, and we all just kind of worked together and came up with this fantastic pitch, recorded a bunch of silly audio to play with it, and yeah, it's adorable. It's called Furlock Holmes, so it is Sherlock, but he is a very adorable little fox, and John Hudson, his bunny sidekick, and you need to help them solve a mystery. So it's like Telescape, so you get 360 images, you go around and click on things, and some puzzles, drag and drop, and combinations and whatnot. But it works really well. Yeah.
Who's coming up with all these puns? Like, who's coming up with these creative names? Like, that's what I want to know. Furlock Holmes, Taco Tuesday. Like, who's coming up with these?
We work together very close. Probably the biggest decision to be made on Furlock was whether or not it was going to be Furlock Holmes the fox or Squirlock Holmes the squirrel. We obviously went with the fox, but there was a big debate.
I think we're all really bad influences on each other. I think we've made each other more petty the longer we've all worked together.
Initially, when I heard Furlock, I was like, wait, is this like this Sherlock Holmes like not working?
It's
if you like Furlock?
Furlock.
And I was like, oh, maybe he's not getting paid, but he's still like,
Furlock is furlough.
He's got our like minds thinking too on these names.
By the way, I think that Trap Puzzle Rooms is one of the first, maybe if not first, maybe the second audio escape room experience that we've had ever. And I think you just were so early on, and you just ran with it and provided this other experience as opposed to remote digital, click and point and drag and everything. Like, you provided this audio concept, which I think is another, really cool creative thing.
But then you also stood out from all these audio games that we played.
Too. Yeah, artwork.
But my main thing is that they're so funny.
All
of them are just like hilarious, and the Game Master did a great job with all the.
Shout out to Brian, because I think Brian was our first Game Master. He was awesome.
He's a star.
Yeah.
I think it also helps with the audio rooms that obviously we're all coming from a puzzle perspective, but a lot of our company both has a lot of experience with tabletop role-playing games, and we have theater backgrounds. So that all really lends itself to an audio room. I mean, it does to an in-person escape room too, but that's definitely, I know, Mark's perspective when he's creating the audio rooms is a very theatrical, as immersive as an experience can be when you're on your couch listening, but I think that's really makes our game stand out.
Yeah, you can totally tell. And then, after the game, when he said that he hosts a lot of D&Ds, I was like, totally understand where that's coming from now. Yeah.
And then with Brian as your game master and the creative artwork that Gabe is providing you, the world is your oyster. You can be as creative as you want.
We always give him the hardest thing. It's like, go jump.
Well, our first one,
and he's like, are you sure you want to do that?
The first one was the superhero one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were like, you're a superhero, so you have unlimited powers. You can do whatever you want.
I was like,
so we were being like, are you sure this is what we can do here?
We're going all out.
Yeah, we had him do any and everything. He was great. He definitely accommodated.
He's really fast at comebacks for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys for that, and I would really look forward to that digital game as well, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. But now it's time for us to have a little fun with our segment, Think or Drink.
Yeah, here we go.
Think or drink.
Think or drink.
Am I allowed to drink before I think?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The more creative. Oh, that looks good.
I think it might help you.
Amy, what are you drinking?
Really
that looks really good.
I'm drinking a Mai Tai.
Wow.
Homemade Mai Tai?
Homemade Mai Tai. Yep.
Oh wow. Okay.
What is
Crushed
that on the
ice
top?
with
The
the
mint?
Yes, that's mint and I can't really tip because it's old, but there's a half of a lime in there. This is a traditional garnish for Mai Tai. You put a half a lime and mint behind it, and it's supposed to be like an island with like a palm tree. It's supposed to represent.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks really good.
Also, if you haven't noticed yet, so we do stream to YouTube and to Facebook, but we're also streaming to Twitch. Thank you, Escape the Rumor. Yes, we are on Twitch and
the Escape Rumor.
The Escape Rumor. Sorry.
She's very close to her name.
Sorry, Marty. We're cousins. The cousins of Escape the Rumors.
Yeah, we're gonna try to play some digital escape rooms on Twitch sometime.
Yeah.
We're just so good at it. I don't even know how it works.
But thank you for confirming that we are streaming to Twitch.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. All right. So if we're ready, I did make this a bit harder this time because you have 3 people, which means you
Wait. What is Gabe and Amy drinking?
Oh, yeah. What do you guys?
I have a drink just as fancy as Sir Jamie's. It's really obscure, though. You probably haven't heard of it. It's called beer.
That is
oh my god.
Is it B-I-E-R or B-E-E-R?
It is. It actually doesn't say beer on it. It's against a stout, but it is beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brand is it? Brendan loves to.
No, it's called beer.
Guinness.
Oh, it's Guinness.
Okay. It's like it's homemade.
Yeah. No, I made homemade beer once and it tasted like garbage.
Yeah. What does Gabe have?
Gabe, what do you have?
I mixed up a Baja Blast. Yeah.
Wow.
He's like, even if it's not.
You mean what's left of it?
Pretty. Nice.
Yeah, so I'm revisiting one because I'm trying to finish this 20-pack that I bought, which is, it's by Smirnoff. It's the Spike Sparkling Seltzer. This is the cranberry lime flavor again. Also very healthy, but very good, too. Most of these
You've promoted like 20 times for them already.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to get
they
like
still haven't sent you a pack yet.
sponsorship here.
All right. So, like I said, you have 3 people today, which means you can give 3 answers each. So you probably will have a better chance of getting the correct answer. But whoever gets it wrong will have to drink. So you can either agree on the answer of the same, or you can each give a different answer.
So final decision, and then that's what the final answer will be, right?
Yeah.
All right. So first question for you. So you have 10 seconds from after we ask the question. Cece's going to start it off.
Okay, so the first question is, in the Taco Tuesday game, there is an onion decoder with the CIA pack. How many animals are on there, and what are they? The mythical ones doesn't count, so.
On the word part or the picture part? Which one's CIA?
The onion decoder. They're all words on there.
No, that's on the FBI half. The CIA has the words.
Yes, the words.
Yeah, the words.
Uh-huh.
I know there's one. Okay, so side note, I made like 50 different versions of this puzzle. Because I wasn't working here, so.
Maybe I play test the
They have
different version.
They have never seen the final version of it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I completely redesigned this after they played it.
Do you want to give us?
Like, that's 4.
Okay.
That's
Is that the final answer?
Yeah, we'll go with 4.
What about
It's close.
Are you guys going differently, or? Well,
I guess 5.
Do you want to go with 4 or 5?
Well, they can
I'm going 5.
I'll go
Me
4.
personally.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
just to hedge our bets, I'll go 6.
All right. So Gabe,
chance.
you don't have to drink, even though there's not much left there. Amy and Jamie, you're drinking, but I will drink too because Gabe got it right. So cheers to the both of you. And
All right. Do we want to guess which 5 animals?
I know there's cat.
Yes.
yeah, that's one.
I know there's. Oh my gosh. I mean, knowing me, one's got to be a dog, right? No. Did I put a dog on there?
No.
Oh, I didn't put a dog. Okay.
Yeah. For the
Oh,
next.
I put a badger though, right?
No.
No.
Oh, my dog made a badger. I usually put her in things. I don't even know.
All right, we're going for a tiger, panda, turtle, and a rabbit.
And a cat. Yeah,
Yep,
but you
I
already said.
wrote that down. Yep.
Yeah, it's almost all 5 of the Kung Fu Panda.
Almost.
You guys almost have all 5. All right, so our next question for you is, on the Operation Tomato page, where there are code names, what is the symbol that represents go number 1?
Oh, I mean the symbol or the answer for like.
Symbol.
Why are they all looking at you, by the way?
Oh, I went over 10. That's fine. Go ahead.
With the version they play tested, my placeholder puzzle, I just use the symbols from Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, so they've never seen the fucking symbol.
I
I was like,
see them, but it was only when I was delivering it to Karen for her to play. I had looked at in the envelope and everything, and I looked at what the differences are, but I looked at it one time and was like, this looks great! And then
And I think Mark made the actual symbols, and then I just assigned them to one. Nope.
I want to get 3 guesses.
We get I'm gonna say mega, like an omega Except we made them weirder. And a mega with a smiley face in it.
Okay.
Okay, that's yours. And
I'm gonna guess a rightward-facing arrow.
okay, Gabe.
This is to go with what? Go number 1? What is
Yes.
it? I'm gonna guess that it's pie.
You're all gonna have to drink.
Pretty off, but it's an M with a dot in the middle. Maybe for Mark. I don't
For
know.
Mark, probably, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Third question.
Third question for you is?
In the Retro Rad Pizza Adventure, how many letter R's are on the pie on that first flyer that we see?
How many letter R's are on the what?
On that
Like the intro, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is what we're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
So there'll be at least 2.
Once again, you have 3 chances, so
Yeah.
you probably should pick individual numbers.
Yeah.
At least 2, and then I would have made the extra letters. I probably would have put a lot of R's because I like to put RSTs. I'm gonna say 5 again.
Okay.
I was
Gabe?
gonna go with only 3.
Jamie? Okay. And Gabe?
This is on the entire page.
No, just the.
Just the pizza.
Just the,
Yeah.
what did you say?
I said 5, but now I'm doubting.
I think there's only 4.
Okay. So, Jamie, you don't have to drink.
Hey!
3.
For me, yes. That was a tricky one. I was kind of like, wait, let me
Yeah, these are really.
it looked like a lot of letters on there, so.
All right. So, question number 4 for you is: well, first of all, who's a Power Ranger fan?
She already said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So they might
Well,
have to.
Amy, we're gonna have you answer last.
That was true.
Okay.
So, I want to know the names of the Red Ranger and the Blue Ranger.
Oh, come on. So everybody knows
Come on,
that.
guys.
I don't know. The Red Ranger's name is Jason, and the Blue Ranger's name is Tommy.
No!
That's the white
That's
Ranger.
okay.
It is.
Is that really Billy? Yeah.
It's Billy?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
Uh,
All right, collectively, you're all good. Also being first here, so.
He was like, I'm really disappointed, you guys.
I know.
I only took a half drink because I was only half wrong.
Yeah.
That's true.
All right, so question number 5.
Alright, you guys seem to be quite good at riddles, so riddle me this.
Riddle me this.
Turn me on my side and I'm everything. Cut me in half and I'm nothing.
Yeah.
I know.
Mhm.
What is that? What is? I'm confused. I'm not
sure. Are these answers are we doing a puppet show?
It's Moose. The answer is Moose.
Yes, the answer is 8.
The number 8. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna end our show with some laughter. And do you guys have any favorite jokes you like to share with the audience at this time? Before we share our really
Favorite joke. I've heard so many good jokes from you guys. I don't want to steal your jokes though.
The only one I can ever think of when somebody says, like, tell a joke, I can only think of what's brown and sticky. A stick.
What is it?
A stick. That's the only thing I can ever think of.
Well, I'll tell a really good joke from Pirates Port. So there's a part of that audio experience where we ask the players to tell us a joke.
Yeah.
That is the puzzle. They need to tell us a pirate joke. And so my favorite one. Actually no. This is an answer that I was given in this show. So the question is, why couldn't a pirate play cards? And if you played the rune, you know what the answer is. But I was given, why couldn't a pirate play cards? And it was because they do not recognize the monarchy. Which I was like, oh, that's so good. It's not what we want. That's okay.
That's not,
Wow.
Yeah, that's good. But
That's
that's,
good.
yeah, that's not it, but it's good.
Jamie, did you want to share one?
Well, I mean, Gabe has told me this joke, so I feel like I'm stealing it from him, but it's always been one of
my favorite joke?
Yeah! Well, they asked me.
Yeah, go ahead. It's the best joke.
So, the joke is, what's the fastest way to clean a floor?
Go.
What's the fastest
Yeah.
way to clean the floor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
Broom, broom, broom.
He likes it. Brad loves these.
No, okay. So I'm a huge sucker for like jokes like this. One of the ones that I remember I came up with like when I was a kid, and I just told it, and like I don't even remember if anyone laughed. I'm gonna give it to you right now because it's similar to Broom. So, what did Bruce Lee order when he went to Burger King?
Wow. What did this joke
Wait, hold on. There's a part 2. What did Brandon Lee order when he went to Burger King? Whoop-ah, Junior.
Oh my god. Wow.
What?
The ratings just going downhill now.
Yeah, see, it's still the same effect when I was a kid. It was just like,
Pretty good.
yeah, sympathy laughter. Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm excited for you to play Spielberger because I have about half the puzzles designs for it, and there's some puns in there.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
Well, before we tell our jokes, nobody go nowhere. We have an unboxing video of Epic Escapes right after this, but we do have a couple funny ones.
Oh yeah, I had to search for these though. Okay, so
You don't have to tell them that.
I was like, I'm not naturally this good. But all right, so what do you call when Batman skips church? Anyone?
Should I tell them?
All right, go ahead. Because you
Christian Bale.
That's top notch.
He only loves it because he built a Batman.
Yeah, I just wanted to do it.
This one's cheesy though.
Oh, what do you call a bee that can't make up its mind?
We're so cheesy.
I don't know.
A maybe.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I think we're gonna.
Yeah.
Before everyone logs off and says goodbye. But go ahead. We have. Thank you for playing Think or Drink with us. By the way, it's always great
Thank
to
you
learn
for
more
having us.
and challenge our guests with questions about their own incredible games. But we do want to
So
bring back.
if you're a latecomer to the show, please check out Trapped Puzzle Room's awesome games. And for 1 week only, they're giving us 10% discount on their tabletop games. Use ETR10 at checkout. And if you want the game, well, the pizza one, for free, then you'll need to type in the secret phrase to enter the raffle to win a copy. And
Go,
the phrase is-
dude! Yeah,
I can't
sorry.
do that. It's all him. And make sure you tune in our edited version of the live stream as well. That will be available in a few days on our YouTube channel. And you'll discover some hidden letters and number, well, not some, just one per each episode.
Yeah.
And collect all 20. So then from episode 30 to 50, it will form some sort of question. So once you know the answer, email us and you'll be automatically entered into the raffle of Epic Escapes 3-game in one box.
Yeah.
And then that unboxing for that game will be revealed after the show.
Only 10 more letters, and
Yeah.
we're there.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just so fast. And also join us next Friday, March 5th at 4 p.m. with the creators of Escape Notice Games.
Yeah.
But more importantly, don't forget to tune in this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. because we're going on our first in-person escape room
I'm so
tour.
excited.
Yeah, we're
Can't
visiting
wait.
4 states, and on that day at 6:30 Sunday, we're going to be at Escape Room Herden doing live stream on their room 213.
213. Help us escape, please. Otherwise, we won't be back for next week's MasterMinds interview. We'll be in room 213 still.
Yeah, so I mean, they're retiring the room, so the owner was nice enough to let us do this as
For
a
our
memory.
first series, for our first episode of our new series, which is Escape Down Memory Lane.
Yeah. Oh wait, look.
Oh wait, I think we're being
Something-
raided
The
by the FBI. It's Society of Curiosities. Hey.
Yeah, these are our players in Hawaii that played the game with us.
Yes, we have the FBI with us.
They want to say hi, but most importantly, what did you guys like? Did you guys like the game?
Yes, we wanted to say, well, we were talking about our favorite parts right before coming on.
Like all the food puns.
It was so
Everybody
great.
was really hungry.
I'm curious. I haven't watched the episode, but I'm curious, like, how much fun and how much time you spent coming up with all of those.
All the puns, they're usually the first thing we think of, and we design the entire experience around it.
That makes me so happy to hear. That's amazing. Yeah, and I loved the playfulness of your games. It was a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Definitely very entertaining throughout the whole time, and we were laughing the whole time over. We were on Zoom. We were playing with them.
Both of our wow moments, I feel like, was that ending puzzle where we were like, we don't know how to start, but then when we actually figured it out, we were like, oh my god, they actually created something. Like
My brain hurt. Brain hurt for you guys more than us. Figured it out.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I don't know how you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for tuning
Yeah, thank you for
in.
rating us,
This is really
FBI.
awesome.
Well, we're heading out, but thanks again for the fun game.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And as always, we were just saying that the Escape Room Curtains Room 213 is going to be a free experience for all. And so tune in as you see us doing the live avatar of this online escape room. And you can chime in by putting in the text in the comments to tell us how to solve the puzzles.
Yep, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. And
Sunday.
Yeah, this Sunday.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Amy, Gabe, and Amy for joining us. And audience, we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Invasion. Oh, let's go. Locked in, 60 minutes to escape. Think before you move, there's no room for mistakes. If you got what it takes, stop, watch, and listen. Cause the clock is ticking and the plot is sticking. No matter what.